So, good morning, everyone here online. I'm happy to have you today, and for whoever will look at the replay again. So, today we are working without any props at all, so that you know. That much said, you might be someone who likes to have a prop nearby, so keep it if it's the case, okay? Particularly a chair. I don't know what I'm going to do, but sometimes a chair is a lovely option as an in between what I'm offering and it has almost like a modification. And a chair doesn't mean that it's easier. Let's be clear about that. The chair is supportive. Right, that much said, let's come into that beautiful stance that takes the whole of us, the whole of life. That's the way I really feel in that stance. So finding your expression of what it is for you to take space inside first. It's really, we come from inside, we begin to reclaim. It's really what it is when we take space. It's because we reclaim. So let's first reclaim us inside that inner part of us where we actually come from, that point of creation. Okay, so you could be around the navel, just slightly above it. It could be you be slightly below it, or possibly you're in the heart. So noticing where is your starting point. Very often to give you a hint where there is flexion. Okay, there is a possibility to go in and to come back out. Okay, and from there, just radiate with breath, taking your time. And again, this doesn't have to be the posture. I love this posture, and I love this one as well, but it's a bit much for the moment. And just hang on here and land into the body within. Okay, we are really in pretty much possibly still in the torso and taking the space and reclaiming your liver, your stomach, it could be your gallbladder, it could be your kidneys, could be your bowels. As we travel slightly down, it could be in your back. So noticing, it could be your fluids. And then allow it with each breath to expand and traveling up and the bottom, possibly at the same time, like a beautiful organic 3D bowl, you know. So noticing where that flows and how easy does it spread to your body. Softening your knees, planting the feet to the ground, that doesn't change despite, doesn't matter what pose you're holding on. And then just being into that expansion, rising it towards really the upper body, the shoulder, front and back, even the side. There's a beautiful expansion that can take space here on the side body as we expand, giving a chance for the lungs to breathe bigger. Beautiful. And keep at it a little bit more. Expansion in the joint as well by creating that space we talked about last week. When I said space is a notion for me, or slow as a notion of space and time. So giving yourself time and creating the space. Beautiful. And then coming around your shoulder here and extending to your limbs and possibly mirroring that expansion, upper limbs, lower limbs. And equally reaching towards the very top of your spine, so it's somewhere inside the head, but rising to the top of your head. And the other end of your spine would be your tailbone, so you'll be in the pelvis. And that's how going to be our 6 points, okay? So 2 hands, 2 feet, per a straight line here from both ends of the spine, and your expansion in the middle. So breathe this. Breathing in and extend, radiate. And on the exhale, just dropping back to center, to wherever that is for you. Pressing your toes, pressing your heel, pressing the side of your feet to be well grounded. Beautiful. And we're going to begin moving here. Inhale and we look up and we bring the arms slightly behind us. And on the exhale, wrap yourself and gently coming to the front. So starting with a nice spinal movement, nice and easy. Inhale, look up. Exhale, so alternating your arms in your embrace. So if this time it's your left arm that's on top, your next embrace, your right arm is on top. Oh, allow the head to have a movement here, forward, chin to chest, to encourage the neck to round up, the cervical, and then on the inhale, extending, so not crushing the cervical. Beautiful. Okay, as you warm up in this movement, notice whether you are taking more space inside and around you. It might be easier to just bend forward, to round the spine, and to reach up. And when you reach, remember those hands reaching to the side, to the front, to the back, everywhere. Okay. Allow the head to travel further down as you bend your knee and round up a bit more the spine. Find your point, okay? So that point of creation, that's point where it all begins. It's the one that actually goes the most inward, and it's the one that can go really out as well, creating. Okay, so this is called navel radiation. I'm not making it up, okay? Let's be clear. It's a somatic practice. And it's actually beautiful to use in yoga. It's incredible what it does in yoga. And keep at it. And when you feel that you're getting so close to the floor, to the ground, you can stay there and be even more intimate. Do so. Drop your hands to the floor in that case, palms up, release the neck, release the jaws, and then bend the knee as much as you need to go down. And then shift is, I'm going to think of Mary here, it's that seaweed, so you're like, think you attached by the root to a rock, but there is a current, there is an energy flowing around you. And you allow yourself to be transported, moved by that energy. And in our movement here, it has us going from side to side, and this tiny shift for the moment. And as you warm up into the practice, again, make this movement take space and make this movement bigger, bending more and more from one leg to the next. Good. And allow the arms to feel, let them move, let them feel. There's a texture on your mat. Okay, allow that texture to be felt by the skin of your hand, of your forearms. Be in your sensation. Beautiful. And then we're going to stop with your hand in center. Bend the knees a little bit more. So it's a big flexion of the knees. Toes are pointing outwards. Bend the knee. My hands are on the mat. And I'm using my hands the way I use my feet for support. So instead of having all your weight onto both of your feet, imagine you have 4 feet. So you have weight into your right hand, into your left hand, into your left foot, into your right foot. Distribute your body weight equally between those 4 points. Beautiful. We're going to step forward with our hands. It's like we'll be walking, yeah, and extending the arm a little bit. Stay in the bend, bending this way, and push the floor the way we would do in downward dog. So push and come back, and push and come back, and push, come back. Next time you push back, straighten up the legs and come into almost like a downward dog with a wide stance. And come back. Couple more times. Push and hold the pose. And then let it go, release it and push again. Beautiful. Going to take our left hand to center. So from being far away, I'm bringing it back halfway, and my left hand is going to the middle, from between equidistance between my body and my hands, okay? And I'm just going to go and turn to look to the right, change my hands, look to the right, to the left. And that's the work. So we are three-legged now. So the body weight onto your hand is no more than the body weight on your 2 feet. So you distribute 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Don't dump all your body weight onto your hands. Okay, once you have warmed up with this movement, we're going to be able to plant the left hand to be on the same side as I, and then open that right arm to the ceiling and drop it back gently. The body is not super warmed up, so don't force it. Allow your space to be what your body allows. What is your body is ready to give right now? Nothing else. Beautiful. Beautiful. And stop this movement. Bring your hands on your thigh, keeping that goddess pose, that wide stance. Yeah, beautiful. All right. And then coming back. Don't stay forward. Come back in the back body. Okay. We're going to think about that extend, that navel radiation I was talking about. So navel, give you a hint. Okay. So that when I extend my arm, it comes from here. And I can imagine a pathway that starts here at the beginning, traveling through my body before going and extending. Time and space, make it slow. Okay. Now come back down, retrace the step. Let's do that twice more on the right side. From that central center here, navel radiation. Oh, imagine the pathways that exist anyway, an energetic pathway, but also everything is crisscrossed in the body. And come up, and keep going up and unfold. There's really an organic feel there. And once you fully unfolded, come back down again and retrace your step. Last one. Obviously, your breath works with it. So on the inhale, you just unfold. And when it's time to exhale, bring it back and feel it. If you don't feel it, see it, imagine it. Okay, let go of that. Now, see that movement that we were doing. Do it without the navel radiation on the left side. And feel the difference between I lift my arm and I use and recruit all my support. So on the left now, go from that center, okay? See it coming through, to the shoulder, from the shoulder into the arm, finishing. with the tip of your finger and out. Twice more. So on the inhale, keep your knees bent in the same time, beautiful strengthening and grounding for your lower half of your body. And last one. Okay, beautiful. Let's play with one more navel radiation from the upper, for the upper body, and then we'll experience it into our lower half. So this movement that I love here, okay, when it's done without navel radiation, it's this, okay? It's pretty much from your bra strap, the lower half of your bra strap, and it's the chest opening, the arms going, okay? Now, from the navel radiation that's inside of us, the pathway goes straight up, through the chest, through the throat, through the face. Equally, at one point, there's a branch, so around where the breast is, to go and join our arms. So we have a first line, and then we have a branch going right and left, and coming back. Okay. So do what we usually do. This for 3 times. Okay, so that's the imprint and the quality of the movement. And then now recruit the center. So be inside you and using all that you have, all that you are, to lengthen, expand, and taking your space. And coming back, retracing your steps always. Okay, so see or feel, okay, that line coming back and coming out. And if you like me, I'm very kinesthetic. I love to feel. It allows me to guide myself even a bit better. It gives me a better consciousness and awareness of where I am in space and how it feels. And coming back. Last one. From the navel radiation. Expand. That's it. Expand and reach. And come home through the same channel. Okay. And closing the feet. Okay, so hopefully you got a sense of it. The concept might be very new, very foreign. Okay, so I hope you had a sensation between the two types of way to move. Okay. All right, so I said we were going to explore it in the legs now. Okay, so yoga poses would be a great way to do it. Okay, for the lower half particularly, but not only. So because I know we're working without props, we'll be very gentle. So I want to step myself into my left foot is still looking at my screen. I turn my right leg from my hip. Okay, it's not only my foot that went out to the side, my whole leg went starting from the hip. Okay, and that already by itself is navel radiation. Okay, so now instead of going only from the hip back to your navel radiation, and think, okay, my left side is stable, but I have a pathway to create to go and turn my foot to the right. So reach, visualize, and move. Good. See how that feels. Did it give you something? Okay. And then we're just going to bend that knee a little bit more. Okay, so don't fall with your leg. Stay where you are, above your hip bones, above your pelvis. Okay, and create that navel radiation by bending the knee. So once you bend the knee, feel it's pulling a little bit more, going to the ground. As I said, this might be a foreign concept, so be patient with you and create the seeds, plant the seeds to understand later, another time if you don't get it now. And then push and come back. Let it go back up and out again. So from the navel, expanding. Good. All right. And coming back. All right, we're going to go back into that pose, okay, which could be the start where we're going to do another navel radiation, okay? So rest your hands, forearms onto your knee, okay? So that's the start of a side angle pose. Once we've established the half, we're going to go back to the navel radiation for the upper arm. So from the navel, traveling through, coming off, and out again. So all of my support is on my legs. I don't dump my body weight onto my thigh here, okay? I support myself. I flare my core. My core does the work. My core here is what's holding me, okay? So we're going to redo the same movement without a navel radiation. So you put yourself in this way, and then just out, in, out, in, out, in. Now, same work with navel radiation. We want to go out, starting in the center of our belly where life begins, where I'm being fed, where I'm being supported. And I reach, reach, reach. And I come out again. Okay, equal weight on your front foot and your your back foot. Okay, keep at it, reach, creating again that pathways, making space, taking your time as you do so. And out again. Last time when time comes for you. Inhale, reach. So travel through. Find your pathway to your elbow, to your wrist, to your fingers. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to drop that left hand right up this way. We're going to do this. Okay. Now, instead of thinking of, oh, my hands are moving, we're going to think about, again, back to navel radiation. Okay, and I'm moving from my center. Okay, so actually, take your hands, place both of them onto your belly, around your area, around your belly button, and then come up from the belly, quite small. Come up from the belly. Do you feel the work of the core engaging, supporting you, and driving the movement from the center? Okay, go back out and put your arms again. So now move from your arm. Move from the arm. Last one, move from the arm. Good. Out again. Move from the center and extend your arm. Do you feel a difference of engagement? From the center, deep in the center, to your arm. Last one. Beautiful. and release. Okay, just turn, pick up the toes on the right foot and pivot onto from the heel onto the heel, toes reorganizing to the front. Okay, and walk away. Okay, we're going to pick up our knees with our navel radiation. So first, do it the way you usually do it. Pick up the knees. Pick up the knees. We're thinking about the knees coming up, isn't it? Oh, how high my knee can go. That's what we're thinking. Pick up the knees. It's moving from the knees. Okay. Now, from that navel radiation, finding your pathways to pick up the right knee first and the left knee after. Taking your time, picking up, with time and space, and out. Right, stay on the right side. You let me know after the class if it's what you get from it. I'm very curious. Okay, because for me, obviously, I know those movements and I really feel a different quality. Okay, let's move it to the other side. Picking it up. So first, before picking it up, even with the, you just need to plant yourself onto the right side. Okay, we first ground and stabilize to make the movement possible. Okay, so knee. I need to lift my knee. My knee lift. Knee lift. It's still some work. Okay, now from my center, I lift my knee. And I let it go back out again. And I pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And I release it. Last one, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Release it. Good. Shake it. So go and feel and sense your core and feel if there is a tone. Okay? As your muscle, but through the skin, everything is supporting and everything collaborates in the body. So feeling the tone and noticing whether you feel a little bit more active, awake, uh, alive even would be another word for it. Okay. So we're going to do a movement that we often do. That's actually beautiful for navel radiation. We'll start it with the left side. So you see that organization and this? Okay. And very often it's okay. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Okay. So today, navel radiation makes that when I extend myself, I see my pathways to my hands, also diagonal, going across. Okay. Instead of thinking knee to elbow, they're going to come and meet by the pathway going back to center. And out again. Twice more. So bring yourself back to your navel and release it through the body and through your limbs. Last one. And release. Okay. Again, sensing, feeling, just a little bit. Ground, come back. And let's experiment it on the other side. So, first one is I know where my body means to be at the start, and I know the end. Start, and start, and start, and here the only thing I'm doing is moving my limbs, really. Okay, that's all that's happening. In the second version, I recruit my center and move from the center. So first off, organize the line down the bottom, across to the hand. and reach first, and then recruit. So for me, let me give you an idea. I feel that I'm pulling, I'm calling them back home. So it's like I have two pulls of a rope, and I'm bringing it back to my center with knowing that where I want to go at the end. And I release from the center again. So it means my torso is going to lengthen to create that line inside that's going to expand and reach. Oops. And you see how slow, much slower it goes. And last one. Beautiful. And release. Okay, so that is enough information given. So give a chance for the body to integrate all of this. We're going to do a little sequence, you know, and if you can, whenever you can, think of it. Think about moving from the center. Okay? So we're going to simply begin as we do a sun salute, inhaling up and exhaling forward all the way down to the mat. Inhaling halfway up and dropping the hands back. Here is a great opportunity about navel radiation. Step back with your left from your center, from the navel point. Good. And come up into a high lunge. Okay, so find your organization. We're going to push, front leg go straight and up, and down, and push, and down, and push. That's 3, and down. Planting the left hand by the side of your right foot, and we're going to inhale and arms to the right going up, and you turn your head towards the right. Okay. And coming back. Inhale up. And push. And down. So my arms have changed here. Inhale up. They come up. So thinking navel radiation. And I bring them back. And last one. Beautiful. And back. Plant both hands. Bring the back foot back. Okay, bring it back until it's comfortable for you to put both hands on the mat. And then shift your body weight onto your mat. We're going to pick up the back leg from the center. So it's not the feet. We don't think about the feet. We think about center. And down. Twice more. From the center. Down. From the center. Down. Bending that left knee and closing. Inhale. Unfolding from the hips all the way up. And exhaling, release. Okay, you can circle the shoulder if you need to. We'll do the same work on this side and we'll wrap up the practice with it. Okay, so inhale again, not from my hands reaching, from my core, radiating before reaching. Exhale, falling forward from the hips all the way to the floor. Inhale halfway up and exhale down. So this time I engage my core, my navel radiation to move my right leg. Step back, step back, step back, and land. Beautiful. Inhale, torso comes in high lunge. Okay, inhale, arms up. Again, it's a pathways for 2 arms. And then push, straighten up that leg. And down. And push. And down. And push again. And reach, create really the space here. We have time for it. And down. Taking your hands to the floor, right hand by the side of your left foot. We're going to turn to look at the left side and reach with the hands. Okay? So that lift of your left arm, again, from the navel, from the navel. And hold it, hold it, hold it, and release. Okay, coming back into that high lunge. And push, reach. On the exhale, knees bend, bring arms down. And reach. And arms down. So think it comes from here. Oh, beautiful space. I take my space. And I express myself. And then go back all the way down, both hands. Close that foot. Plant those hands nice and safe. Come straighten up the standing leg, which is the left one, and then lift from the core. And close. And lift. And close. Last one, lift. Make sure you have 1/3 of the body weight left, right, and the foot. Good. And close that foot. Coming back. Pull from the hip. Coming back up to a standing. Beautiful. Tadasana, so mountain pose to finish. Just acknowledging and feeling the sensation in you. Notice where the breath is going. And notice where you feel it all begins. You know? Beautiful. I'm going to turn off the recording. Stay with that and allow the nervous system to integrate this practice. Okay? Okay, turn off the recording.